your tarot reading for the month of November, and of course, any other time that you're guided to watch, as the intention of my messages is always to be timeless. This reading is for all Aquarius placements, but if for some reason, if this reading doesn't resonate for you, please don't forget to check out your other placements. And also keep in mind that this is a general reading, so not everything may resonate, so please only take what does and leave what doesn't. And before we get into this reading, I'd also like to quickly mention that if you ever want to get a reading with me, all of my information is in the description box below. You can book your reading straight through my Etsy shop. But without further ado, let's get started here. So thank you guys for your patience. I know I took a little bit longer to get these readings out, but I just felt like the October readings were so profound that I didn't want to, put so much out there that I decided to take a little bit of a break. So I'm back, fully recharged. So let's get your November messages. As always, I'm going to be doing the usual tarot spread, so that's going to be what's at your center, what's crossing you, what's crowning you, what's rooting you, your recent past, and what you need to know, and then we're going to finish it off with some oracles at the very end. Okay, so let's get started here and see what's going on with the Aquarius Collective. Okay, we have the Four of Cups at your center. Crossing that is the Ace of Pentacles. Crowning this is the Star. There you are. Rooting this is the Queen of Pentacles. Recent past, Two of Pentacles. And what does Aquarius need to know? The Four of Pentacles. Okay. Bottom of the deck is the Three of Cups. Okay, this Three of Cups came up for Sagittarius, so check out Sag's reading if that resonates for you. But let me just clarify this Three of Cups because I've been getting a few different things about it in these readings so far when it was showing up. But overall, I feel like the energy that I'm getting for you guys is that you've been trying to have fun again. If you've been like kind of in a rut, maybe feeling depressed a little bit, I feel like you've been trying to get out of that and just be more social, hang out with friends. Maybe you were like MIA for a while and now you're back. Like you're hanging out with your friends again. Okay. And as I say that, look at what comes out. We have the Three of Swords and the Four of Swords. Yeah, exactly. Something has been happening in your life that has been very painful, emotionally painful, and it's caused you to really just sort of retreat and heal and fall back. Okay, this Four of Swords to me is always like falling back and just going within. A lot of introvertedness could have been. You've been an introvert during this time, and that's why the Three of Cups is coming out, because you're becoming social again after this period of rest, after this period of challenges where you just didn't really want to be with anyone. I feel like you definitely went into Aquarius mode where you're just not really hanging out with anyone, just spending time alone, to the point where maybe it was starting to worry you a little bit that you were enjoying your loneliness a little bit too much. So I feel like with the Three of Cups, you're getting out there again. You're talking to people again. You're being more social. Maybe your friends are have even noticed that you're being more social and they made a comment about it. And then over here we have the Empress. So okay, what I feel has been happening, where this source of your pain is coming from, you're starting to realize that you've been giving so much of your energy to everyone else. You've been making sure that everyone else is taken care of and that everyone else is good. Maybe even sparing your own feelings for the sake of other people. True empath nature, right? So I feel like you've been going out of your way to make sure that everyone feels nurtured, and you sort of lost yourself in the process. And I think that was your painful realization here, that the one who needs nurturing now is you. And that's kind of why you went into this retreated energy of being introverted, because you started to finally realize, hold on, I need to pay attention to my needs and my wants and desires here, because I'm falling short. And when you started to redirect that energy to yourself, that's when you started to feel lively again and social again, because you're giving so much of your energy to others and not giving it to yourself that your cup was missing, right? But now here everyone is celebrating. Now everyone here has her cups full together. So it took you to realize that. Maybe we'll figure out what that was, what the catalyst was, where you realized this about yourself, but something happened along the way. Maybe you just realized that you were, I just said realized 3 times. But you know what I mean. Something happened along the way where you were aware that your cup was empty and it was time to pour love into your own cup. Okay. So what's at your center here is the Four of Cups. So yeah, you've been emotionally detached from your surroundings. You've kind of become a little bit numb to the surrounding. There's something that the divine is trying to offer you, and you're not really having it. Maybe you just don't see it yet. There's something you're not seeing. And the Ace of Pentacles is here. Look at that. Here's a divine offer. Here's a divine offer. And then here's a gateway. And I feel like you want this. This is the doors that you want opening. These are the opportunities that you want. But there's something here that you're not seeing. I feel like you're making things a little bit more difficult than they need to be when it comes to accepting this offer from the divine. Because I feel like you want something in life right now, but it's maybe not being presented to you in how you want it, that you're ignoring it. So let's see what that's all about. Four of Cups clarified by the Four of Cups. Yeah, you're totally not seeing this. Like, you're double blindsided by this. Because you've just become so emotionally detached. But I think it has to do with this heartbreak over here, this pain. It was really hard for you to accept whatever that heartbreak was, that pain was, that you've just sort of become numb so that you won't feel it. And I think now Spirit is trying to make you feel it. Yeah, Seven of Wands, you're completely defensive. You have a wall up. You've been in fight or flight energy for a while that you don't really know what else to feel. Like, you've been on the defense for such a long time. You always feel like people are out to get you. You feel like you can't really trust anyone. Five of Swords, yeah. Five of Wands, Jesus. The World. Yeah, this is a cycle that you've been finding yourself in for quite some time now. Nine of Swords, but it's getting ready to wrap up. And you've been stuck in your head about this. Yeah, it's like you're trying to find a way out of this cycle of detachment, of numbness, of defensiveness. But you're so stuck in your head about it that you can't really see a way out. You can't see it. Like, you're making it more difficult than it needs to be. And you're even getting frustrated at that, because you know that it shouldn't be this hard. You know that it shouldn't be this difficult, but for some reason you can't just figure it out. And for some of you, I think whatever it is that's being presented to you, it's just not what you think you want. And Spirit is saying it's not about what you want, it's about what you need. And it's about surrendering to that, surrendering to what the divine has planned for you instead of what you have planned for yourself. So this is difficult. This is a difficult period for you right now, because I can see that you're just detached. You're numb. You're not really trying to feel whatever this is. Okay, so crossing that is the Ace of Pentacles. So this is the abundant new beginning that you're wanting for yourself, though. But because you're not seeing things clearly in the ways that you should, again, it's just becoming more difficult for you to actually accept this offer that is being presented to you. I feel like maybe you've, like, so much bad stuff has probably happened to you this year that you're just so used to things not going your way that now when this is being presented to you, you're not taking it because you just feel like it's going to be ripped away from you. Okay, because with the Three of Swords, like, this was very painful. I feel like you've been going through a lot of lessons of letting go and surrendering and releasing old attachments and things of that nature, that when this is being presented to you, it almost feels too good to be true that you don't want to take it because you're scared that it's going to be taken away from you. And the divine is trying to tell you, like, no, this is actually for you. All the other ones were lessons, but this one's actually for you. And you're like, I don't believe that for a second. I'm not doing it. Because you're so traumatized from what has happened that you can't bear the thought of this actually working out for you, right? I feel like you were so positive, like you were in such a positive mindset when you were going through these challenges that at a certain point you realize that your positive thinking wasn't doing anything because you were meant to go through those challenges and lessons still, right? But as this is all transpiring, it made you lose your faith a little bit. It did. That now that this is being presented to you, you're like, what's the point? It's just going to get taken from me again. What if it's the wrong choice? What if I don't make the right choice and I have to deal with the consequence of that later? That's what you're feeling. Okay, we have a lot coming out. We have the Seven of Pentacles and the Knight of Cups. For some of you, it's a romantic offer being presented to you and you're like, yeah, right. The Magician, yeah. What you're manifesting is actually trying to come true now, but because you're so used to things being ripped away from you, you find it hard to believe that this is real. Seven of Pentacles, this is something you've been wanting for such a long time that your patience has been tested. Then now that it's finally here, you're like, that's not for me. Like, I thought the divine was supposed to make me wait longer for that. I thought this was all in divine timing. So something's going to happen where it's going to be presented to you and you're just not going to believe in it. You're not going to think it's for you. You're going to think it's a joke. You're going to think you're being punked because you've been going through so many trials that were meant for you to go through. You know, these were tests and lessons meant to happen for a reason. But in going through that, you lost your faith a little bit, or you think that everything is a spiritual lesson at this point. You just feel like, yeah, this person's going to come into my life to teach me something and then they're going to leave. That's kind of how you're looking at things right now. Like, you're just so used to things not going your way that you've just kind of adopted that belief system that everything is a spiritual lesson. But the divine is trying to give you something now and you're like, no. Yeah. So crowning this is the star. So this is you. So this is you, you know, the time that you've been spending on yourself, healing, doing the work. This is you also just never losing faith of your wishes. Because even though this is being presented to you, I think it just doesn't look familiar to you. That's why you're not believing in it. But either way, there's something about you that you still have your dreams and your desires and your wishes, and you still believe that they're going to come true. You just don't think they're going to come true so quickly. I think in your mind, you're thinking like, yeah, maybe in like 2 years, 3 years tops, I'll have what I want. So when this is actually being presented to you, you're going to struggle to really believe in it. But this is ultimately your heart's desire, and that's why it's still coming true, because it was always meant to happen for you. Just not in the way we expect, right? That's why they say to release any outcome expectation, because it's just not going to happen how we think. Yeah, look at that. We have the Devil. Three of Wands. Yeah, this is something you've been waiting for, something you've been manifesting for a while now. But with the Devil, that's what it is. That's what it is. I'm surprised the Devil didn't show up as your center, because it's just such a limited way of thinking of what you're going through right now, because of all the bad things that have happened to you, right? So you've, like I said, you adopted this belief system that is built off of, how do I say this? Like, instead of seeing things as blessings in disguise, you've just seen them as losses. And that's kind of where this belief system was adopted, because you just think that everything is meant to get taken from you, instead of seeing it as wisdom that was acquired. Okay, so that's why there is kind of a battle here within your heart and your mind, because your heart knows what it wants ultimately and that you can accept this divine offer, but the mind is saying, like, screw that. That's just going to bring us disappointment, heartbreak, all that sadness that we dealt with in the past, it's just going to repeat itself. So there is a part of you here that wants to believe in this, but this devil in your head, a little devil on your shoulders, is saying like, don't trust in that, don't believe in that, it's crap. So yeah. Okay, but what's reading this is the Queen of Pentacles. So I like this because this is a little bit of a better balance here, where you're going to get more grounded with yourself and be more practical. And that's why you are being more practical instead of, you know, I think because the way you're saying things is that you feel like your heart led you astray, or that your intuition led you astray because it led you to pain and sadness. And now with this Queen of Pentacles, you're trying to be a little bit more grounded, more logical, more centered, instead of being just all intuition. You're learning to balance that out now, because maybe um, your intuition did lead you astray in a way that you think it did, but it really didn't. But I think you maybe lacked the groundedness that you needed in order to just feel sturdy within yourself, that the decision that you made is a confident decision that you made, instead of, you know, second guessing yourself. And I think that's kind of what happened, where maybe you made decisions based off your intuition, but you lacked the confidence that you were very certain of that decision. Maybe it was just a decision you made on a whim, instead of feeling fully centered with it. I hope that made sense. It made sense in my head, but I hope it made sense for you guys. So, nevertheless, you now have that groundedness. You now have this practical energy that's going to help you feel centered. Because that's probably all it was, where you started to lose your faith a little bit. It was probably just because you weren't grounded. And now you are finding that. You're finding this groundedness. Two of Pentacles, yeah. So you go back and forth a lot, though. Yeah, you do. You have the Six of Cups. Yeah, you think of the past a lot. You think of your past mistakes a lot, or your spiritual lessons that look like mistakes but really weren't. They all had to happen for a reason. You really like analyze those a lot, and you go back and forth a lot, and it's time to just look forward. It's not time to look back anymore. And I think this Queen of Pentacles energy within you is what's helping you really just stay grounded and not go backwards, to just move forward. Okay? Because you have the Two of Pentacles here as your recent past also. So this is why I'm feeling like when you were going through these challenges and these disappointments over here that led you to adopting this belief system that everything is a spiritual lesson that just goes awry, I feel that you weren't grounded. You tossed and turned a lot on your ideas. You weren't really confident with what you were feeling and thinking and believing. Maybe you were looking for external validation. Maybe you were hoping that someone would make a decision for you because you couldn't trust yourself. And I think that's why you're a little bit psyched out now, because you feel like you can't trust in this divine offer when it's being presented to you, because you're like, I don't know if I can trust myself to say yes to it. The High Priest, yeah, this is your belief system. This is your morals and your beliefs that you just kept going back and forth because you were trying to really trust yourself. And I think that's the hardest thing, right? When we can't even trust ourselves. And I think that's what's been happening this entire season for you, this year for you, that you've been put through these tests and lessons so you can finally get to a place where you're firm in your beliefs, in your intuition, and what you think and what you decide to do. Because I feel like you can be quite indecisive, and that's where a lot of the uncertainty comes in about how you feel about your choices. So that's why this all happened the way it did, so that you can finally get to a place where you're confident with what you decide to do. And even if it brings forth a mistake or a spiritual lesson, you're confident that that's what needed to happen, instead of punishing yourself for making a decision. Okay, we have the Six of Wands at the bottom of the deck. So yeah, this is just you coming to terms with that, just really putting yourself in the spotlight here of all the challenges that you've been going through and finally saying, you know what, all these battle scars happen for a reason. These are all my trophies, you know, it's like something to be remembered by. It was all for a reason. And I feel like each of these arrows that are, you know, punctured through this staff looking thing, it was every lesson that you went through this year so that you can really find yourself and really hone your skills in and be confident in your decision making. And your guides are cheering for you. Look at that. They're cheering for you. They're saying, good job, well done. You're learning in the lesson, and you can move forward and you can accept this offer now that it's being presented to you. So if something happens to you in the next month or so with where it's being like an opportunity falls in your lap and it feels too good to be true, just know that you can trust in it because it's actually meant for you, because you've gone through all this BS, you know? All right, so what you need to know is the Four of Pentacles. So yeah, this is where I feel like you're a little bit guarded or just kind of, you know, still having some issues with opening yourself up to receive. I feel like you are really carrying some attachment still. You're still kind of playing it safe here because you're unsure if you can trust this offer, right? And we have 444. We have a lot of fours on the table, and the fours always present like or represent to me it's always like four pillars, like a home, its structure, its foundation, its sturdiness. It's very serious. It can feel a little bit conservative too. So I feel like you are conserving your energy. You're not really allowing yourself to receive this when it's presented to you. So just be mindful of that, because I feel like, you know, your Four Pentacles are cute and all, but I feel like this other pentacle that the divine is offering you is even better. Okay, like they're trying to offer you something better and you're like, no, I'm fine with just this. And they're like, okay, if you say so. But there's obviously more for you. It's not just these four. That came out quick. Eight of Wands and the Empress. Beautiful. Yeah, exactly. This is the abundance that they're offering you. It's what you've always wanted. Page of Pentacles. Something that you've been working on for a while. Something that you've been studying for a while. But it's going to happen. There's going to be a rapid change here, and it's going to change everything. It's going to make you actually live in this abundance that you've always wanted, instead of living in this scarcity mindset. Okay, so you're really going to have to let go of your fears and let go of those belief systems that are not working out for you, okay, that are tied to the devil here. Because in order to receive this, you're going to have to really trust and have faith and surrender. Okay, and be willing to let go of these little four guys, so that you can receive something better than that, bigger than that. All right, Aquarius. So I hope this helped. Let's go ahead and get your oracles. So this is from the Sufi Wisdom Oracle, and I'm going to read from the guidebook of whatever your message is. Return to joy. We are here to experience joy. And the bottom of the deck is gift of freedom. Break away from your attachments. Yeah, exactly. These are your attachments. All right, let's see. Let's start with return to joy. Okay. We are here to experience joy. O Sufi disciples of the moment, roses are blooming and nightingale is drunk. It is the call to ecstasy. In the wilderness of my gloom, the moment is this instant, when you shower rain upon me from the cloud of mercy. Trusting in the divine plan and knowing we should enjoy every moment of our life are the first steps toward freedom from mental and spiritual pain. We all have bad days, even weeks, when we fall down in our ability to be happy. No matter how long we live, if we cannot enjoy our prosperity, we are refusing the divine gift of life. Yeah, that's this. This is the divine gift of life. Dear one, life can be hard, but happy people are those who tend to move through hard times with an attitude of clarity versus victimhood. Unhappy people are those who see themselves as victims of life. They see what has happened to them, rather than finding a way through and out of it. Concentrating on what's wrong in this world versus what's right does not lead to a happy life. There is no escape from experiencing fear and worry at times, but make an important distinction between feeling it and living it. You might be so caught up with achieving your next goal or the next item on your to-do list that you forget how wonderful life truly is. As Rumi suggests, concentrate on living in the now and create a dream about the future. This is how you become excited about something you are working on, grateful for what you have, and are able to dream about the possibilities of life. The mantra is, I am here in this world to experience joy. I dedicate a portion of my everyday life to turning off all technology and slowing the pace of my life. I celebrate the present moment and live in gratitude. That's beautiful. That absolutely wraps this reading up very nicely, because I think that's what's been happening. You have been in victimhood, right? Of all the, and maybe concentrating on everything that's gone wrong instead of looking at it from the half glass full, right? Okay, next one is Gift of Freedom. Break away from your attachments. Shelter is found in solitude. Freedom is found in the elimination of worldly passion as a goal. And friendship is found in not having any inclination to control. Life is seldom smooth. It is often full of setbacks and challenges. The journey to freedom requires us to give up the continual search for self-satisfaction. This oracle comes to you on a soft breeze with a musky scent to deliver you from the limitation and restriction imposed by thoughts and action, to free you into the growth of love. Dear one, it is easy to tell yourself you deserve freedom simply because you want to indulge your impulses. Sufi wisdom guides you not to seek this way of life for praise or admiration. Believe in yourself. Know that your satisfaction comes when you can observe your own behavior objectively. Taking responsibility for your life and thoughts and actions is crucial to finding your freedom in love and friendship. Satisfaction and a sense of well-being come from acting in your life and helping others to find the same freedom. Being free means you may need to face many challenges. You may need to make sacrifices to achieve your goals. By taking responsibility for yourself and your actions, you will grow into the privilege of freedom. Trust that love will offer you satisfaction and a sense of accomplishment that will lead you to freedom. I am letting love guide my actions, knowing that embracing responsibility is what will give me peace and a personal sense of freedom to live the life which is right for me. Beautiful. All right, let's get your final messages. This will be the butterfly affirmations, and this is another affirmation that you can tell yourself when you start your day or throughout the day. Okay, this says, I choose to live with courage. I do not allow others to intimidate me. I stand my ground. I never give up. I like that. I never give up. Bottom of the deck is everything happens according to divine timing for the best results. Exactly. Right, and that's what this is all in. It's been a lesson of divine timing for you because it just hasn't been happening in the ways that you expected it to. So you have to just get used to it and roll with the punches, right? All right, Aquarius, so that is what I have for you during this time. I hope you enjoyed this reading. If you did, please don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and hit the notification bell button so you receive notifications when I post again. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys in your next reading. Bye.